round, 1 pick in the third. Texans don't have anything in the second round, but they do have 2 picks coming up in the third round. About this, a lifetime contract. He joins the likes of Michael Jordan and LeBron James. The Blitz live at the dive bar starts right now.
Joe Reinagel.
And the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We are live at the Dive Bar on Babcock Road, 6422 at Babcock, the day after round 1 of the NFL Draft, and so much to talk about today after what we saw last night on, well, basically Christmas Day for us NFL junkies.
No question about it. And I tell you what, an exciting round 1 of the NFL Draft there was. A lot of action, a lot of trades, ups and downs, and some surprising picks, and then some we agree with.
Well, and some that we don't, and that's part of it. That's the beauty of the NFL Draft. All the, they should have done this and they should have done that. You want to talk about what you saw last night, what the Cowboys did, what the Houston Texans did. The Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines are available to you, 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. You can call or text. You can tweet at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can comment on YouTube Live. We are on YouTube Live.
We are.
Or better yet, just come hang out with us. It is Friday. It is a Fiesta Friday. You had the day off anyway for the parade, so come hang out where we belong, in a dive bar. You know we love good dive bars, and hell, this one is called the Dive Bar.
Yeah, but it's a great place. I'd never been in here, but
it's almost too nice for dive.
It is too nice for dive, but that's okay. I mean, you come in here and the beer's cold and get you a good drink, and they have food. They have a full kitchen in here that you had lunch here.
Lunch here was fantastic.
Yeah.
And again, Lloyd, I see you on YouTube Live. Wish you could hang, dude. Just get off work and get over here. It's Friday.
Now let's go. Come on.
They won't miss you.
You're feeling a little sick. I can see it in your face. You're getting a little green. Just tell the boss you're sick. You got to take the rest of the day off.
Absolutely. Come hang out with us here at the Dive Bar. And the Dive Bar does something very cool. I've not seen this at many places. But if you come over here and you drive over here and you have too much to drink, they will pay for you to get home.
Isn't that cool?
You're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to get kicked out. They're not going to tow your car. But they'll pay for your Uber to get you home safe. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I think it's fantastic, and it's a great deal. So if you want to party responsible, obviously, but if you come and you get carried away a little bit, they'll make sure you get home safe. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So come on out and join us at the Dive Bar here. This is it's a beautiful day, and we got lots to talk about, Jason.
Oh, that's it. We've got a whole new Maz. We got a Maz.
We got a Maz. Is that like a Maserati?
Jerry Jones and a Maz. I mean, that goes hand in hand. Mazi Smith is the Dallas Cowboys first-round draft pick.
All right, when you heard that name called, what was your first thought?
Good pick.
I did too, and because I was afraid when Buffalo jumped Dallas to get Kincaid, the tight end out of Utah, I was thinking, all right, well, Dallas is going to go with a kid from Notre Dame. So I was pleasantly surprised that didn't happen. They take the defensive tackle, the nose guard, if you will, Maz Smith out of Michigan, and you talk about, it's one thing we didn't talk about, Jason, was, filling a need and how the Cowboys had done such a great job, but stopping the run was certainly a need, and I think they addressed that.
Well, yeah, I think we got sucked into some of them. Now, there were several mock drafts, including from The Athletic. John Machota had Mazi Smith several different times in mock drafts. Now, he's a Michigan guy, Machota is, so is Smith. But it fills a need. It just might not be as sexy of a pick. And all the tight end talk, where they're there. But I can tell you, last night we're sitting on the couch watching, and Cowboys are on the clock, and they're taking a lot of time. Dan Quinn was in the video earlier in the day or earlier in the evening. And then when they're making the pick, I noticed Dan Quinn wasn't there. I looked at my wife and said, they're going to take Mazi Smith. She said, who? What? Why? And because typically, coordinators on the phone with the guy, getting them all ready. We're trying to figure out what's going to happen. And Kincaid was gone, though I don't think they were going to take Kincaid. I thought they were going to take Mayer, but with Dan Quinn not in there, I thought, well, maybe they're going defense here. I like the pick, not a sexy pick. Joe likes the pick. Twitter, a little bit mixed, but I'll tell you what, Micah Parsons loved the pick.
The Dallas Cowboys select Mazi Smith.
Let's go, man! Let's go! Dan New! Yo, look at the text, man. I told you Dan wouldn't let me down, man. Dan wouldn't let me down.
Read the text. What does it say? You want me to read it? Michigan DT, you texted him today at 3:27, and he responded, "I'm all about that life," with 6 exclamation points. And then you wrote, "Please."
We about that life!
How do you feel, Mr. Micah Parsons?
No more QB AJ!
Wow.
Yo, huge.
It is, and again, that was Micah Parsons doing a Bleacher Report live show. And look, he had some negative reactions to some other picks, but for this one, that is a guy that clearly Micah likes, and that makes Micah's life so much better to have a big run stopper like Smith in there. His life is going to be better, but clearly there had to have been discussion within the building for Micah to be on that guy, for DQ to be on that guy, and then obviously that is who the Cowboys take.
I think it's when you've got a guy like Micah Parsons, who is the star of your defense at this point in time, getting that excited about a draft pick, you've done something right. Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones all have to be thrilled at that reaction from Micah Parsons. I mean, that's what you want, isn't it? Get your guys excited about the help that is on the way.
Although I get a feeling that Micah Parsons gets excited about a lot of things.
Well,
he's just an emotional guy. But for Mike McCarthy, it was you're staying true to your board, but at the same time, you're improving your run defense.
Really clearly the focus when you look at, when you go through evaluation postseason, and it's clearly that, we wanted to improve our run defense. So it was a focal point, and I think this clearly does that. We love everything about Mazi. He was here on the 30 visits. Personnel guys, everybody had high grades on him. He's a great fit for us. But this, strength of one of our many strengths, we take the ball away, pass rush. We just want to get better on earlier downs, and we think this is an excellent fit for us.
Well, I tell you what, if it pans out the way everybody seems to think that he will, that's a huge need for the Cowboys. Everything else was solid on that defense, with the exception of stopping the run. And you get a guy in there that can do that did it at Michigan, and a guy that is really underrated as a pass rusher. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know a lot about this guy, Jason. So
Sure.
This morning I'm going through all the tape, everything I could find on Maz Smith, and the guy's good.
He's a freak athlete.
Yeah.
He is a freak athlete. Wasn't really asked to rush the passer a lot while at Michigan. That is something that getting coached up by Dan Quinn and the defensive staff, maybe they'll be able to do that. Chris Summers is pretty typical of a lot of Cowboy fans, comparing him to Taco Charlton because they came from the same university. Even Taco Charlton tweeted today, dude, our situations are so different. Don't lump me in there. Although, admittedly, a little bit of a hesitation for me when I saw Michigan because of the wonderful experience with Taco Charlton. And again, at 26, the way the draft was falling, that the Cowboys, all the guys that you were linking to the Cowboys, hoping they would be there, whether it's the tight ends, whether it's one of the wide receivers. I liked Nolan Smith at that point. I would have liked to see him, but you got a Micah Parsons, Joey Porter Jr. Stephen Jones said in the press conference last night, there was a lot of discussion about who to take at that number 26 spot.
Absolutely. As I said, we had, 3 or 4 guys there that were in discussion at the top of our board, and they all fit, they all matched up, and, it worked out well. As we said, we were talking about Mazi at length all week as a guy who would be in that range, and Mike could be there when we pick. So, I do think it aligned. There's other, a lot of things go into the equation. We had other players that were in the mix, but there might be depth in the draft at that position, all those things come into play as you ultimately bring your consensus together to, make the best pick for our team at that point.
So happy that the Cowboys stayed disciplined and stayed focused on what they truly needed. And when a guy like Mazi Smith is there, they snag him instead of going for it, because they could have gone with Michael Mayer. He was available right there. Joey Porter, the cornerback, which, I wouldn't have been upset with that pick either. But getting a run stopper, addressing a need that you absolutely needed to address, the Cowboys stayed disciplined and they got the guy that they needed.
They did, although not the guy that everybody wanted, not the guy that everybody thought they were going to get. But if you listen carefully to what Steven said there, was there discussion of tight end? I think there was. But there was also, do we take a Michael Mayer here in the first round? But there's 2 or 3 tight ends that are probably going to be available to us at 58. Is there going to be another run stopper available at 58 as good as what you have right here in Smith? And I think that's part of the discussion. And Jerry even said they spent a lot of time on the phone. They were fielding trade calls right up until the last minute. They used their allotted time, which is kind of unusual for the Dallas Cowboys. Speaking of Mazi Smith, he will join us here on the Blitz at some point in the next 20, 30, 40 minutes or so. I mean, he's in Dallas. He's arrived in Dallas. He's taken photos by those old trophies. And when I say old trophies, they're all about 30 years old.
They are kind of old
at this point. They're still shiny and they look good, but they
good
need
cleaning staff.
Yeah, they need some new friends up there. He's getting a tour of the facility. He's going to have his press conference, and following that, they'll hand him a phone, and we'll visit with him about his NIL deal with the Maserati dealership there in Dallas and his thoughts on being with the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I tell you what, it's exciting. It got things underway. There's a lot of work left to be done by all the teams, but I'm really surprised, Jason, and I appreciate it because you haven't really let me have it yet with the C.J. Stroud pick, because you said all along they're going to go quarterback. I said, no, they're not. And my phone blew up as soon as that pick was made. But so far on the air, you've taken it easy on me.
All right, just got a text from the Cowboys. 3:45-ish is when we're looking at now for Mazi Smith. So around 3:45, we expect the Cowboys' first-round pick to be on. And look, I'm not an I told you so type. I just figured you'd come in and you would just tell me, all right, dude, you were right. I don't have to tell you I was right. I was right. I'm always right, except when I'm not. But I was right about C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, you were, with the exception. I got to put an asterisk by that.
Of course you do.
I mean,
all right,
you got to do that because, Will Anderson Jr. was right there. They make the trade with Arizona. They give away a ton to move up to that third spot. Will Anderson Jr.'s there. So D'Amico Ryans is happy. Nick Caserio's happy. Everybody's happy.
Is that your way of trying to say you were sort of right?
I was sort of right.
Yeah, but you were way wrong at number 2.
Well,
because you wanted nothing to do with C.J. Stroud.
I really didn't.
But he is the guy now. How did Caserio orchestrate one of the more impressive trades in Houston history? We'll get into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with all the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options that are available. And price made Ancira number 1. Price keeps Ancira number 1. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick us in. Let's go to the commissioner.
Dallas Cowboys select.
This is going to be a fun player to watch.
All day today, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number 1? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here tonight at 5. Presented by Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar and your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Garage clutter got you down? Garageization will help improve that mood. Cabinets, shelving, workbenches, overhead racks, slat wall. They even do floors. Oh my! GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com for more info. GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
Looking for a protein-packed snack to power you through the day? Of course you are. Only Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have the bold flavors you crave. Spicy dill, Korean kimchi, pasilla chili cheese, and more. Take your snacking to a whole new level with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And keto fans, you're going to love this low-carb crunch. Get yours at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies, accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice. Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision-engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Monday on R&R in the morning, we break down the rest of the draft. The NBA playoffs are underway, and we hand out our victory cigars at 7:30. Now back to the Blitz. Jason was finally right. Joe, I feel sorry for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't heard the end of it, Rudy.
Dude, we haven't even brought it up yet, but we will now. C.J. Stroud goes number 2 overall. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live out at the Dive Bar. That's what it's called, the Dive Bar, 6422 at Babcock Road. A little Fiesta Finale Friday. You got the draft rounds 2 and 3 happening tonight, which will start here on 94.1 beginning at 5 o'clock, but we're not going anywhere. At that point, we get to start drinking at a dive bar.
I like
Dive Bar.
Why not? We're good at that, drinking at dive bars.
It's my goal in life everywhere we travel.
Yeah.
We always find great dive bars but I've never actually been in a great dive bar called the Dive Bar.
Never have. This is the first time.
But this also, while it's a dive bar, it's got a bit of a nautical feel to it because you think about like Navy divers, and that's part of their logo, and a little bit of the theme here.
No, really, they even got a little water feature kind of thing on the wall over there. I like that. No
you
one over there.
It's kind of a.
And I wondered what that
sink or swim right over there.
I wonder what that big helmet thing was, and now I figured it out. It's like
Did you not see that Cuba Gooding Jr. movie?
Well, a long time ago. Yeah, long time ago. All I know is they've got plenty of TV screens here to watch the draft tonight. There's all kinds of stuff to do, and there's some people in here, very nice folks, that are enjoying the Friday afternoon. So it's very good. This young lady over here has got a lot of Fiesta medals, in fact.
She does. She does, and it's got the crown, the flower crown.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just no underwater welding for you today, Joe.
No, you don't have to worry about that, my friend.
Trust me, I'm not really. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 or on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. I'm not going to say I told you so, but all the smoke, all the noise about CJ Stroud, and I've been telling you, don't buy into it. You don't do your job to suck as bad as the Texans did last year to get a top pick, not to take a franchise quarterback. I mean, you have to work and suck so bad to be able to put yourself in that position. You can't pass it up because you don't have the balls to take a quarterback. And Nick Caserio let all that noise say, well, C.J. Stroud's fallen. C.J., what are they going to do here? Will Anderson, he's such a safe pick. You sucked bad enough to not have to have a safe pick, and they took C.J. Stroud.
Well, then it cost them an arm and a leg to move up and take Will Anderson. So what does that tell you about how they feel about that guy? They must feel pretty good about him because they gave Arizona a lot of draft capital to move up to that number 3 pick to get him. And I got to figure, Jason, that conversation back and forth was Nick Caserio telling D'Amico Ryans, look, dude, if I don't get a quarterback, they're going to hang me.
Yeah.
And D'Amico saying, all right, well, then find a way then that we can get up there and get my guy so everybody's happy.
They were going to take the franchise quarterback with C.J. Stroud and with the ability to move up and get Will Anderson, because they could have done the same thing and taken Will 2 and C.J. Stroud 3, and that might have been maybe even a little bit more surprising and, down the road a little bit just because, the second overall player gets so much more money than the third overall player, and then you add a quarterback into that mix for future finances. Might have been smarter to do the number 3, but they wanted to make sure they had the trade partner. So the one that they had to have was C.J. Stroud. The luxury was getting Will Anderson. And you're right, they gave up a ton. They gave up that 12th selection, the second-round pick this year, 33rd overall, and then a first and third round pick next year. And if you're Arizona, what a great move. Now, I'm not really sure what Arizona was doing because then they moved up and took an offensive lineman. But Houston's going to be bad again next year. So that first-round pick next year is going to be pretty good. But you end up with 2 generational players or franchise-type players with C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. And Nick Caserio talked about the stress and pressure of making that trade happen.
Yeah, so we made the pick with CJ there, and Arizona was on the clock, and then we were on the clock, and we were really going back and forth on the trade compensation. So let's say the trade itself was actually consummated with about a minute and a half left on the clock. So it's us to Arizona. Okay, we have a deal. Us to the league. Okay, we're doing a trade with Arizona. Here are the terms. Here are the parameters. They have to match it up. Okay, you're good. You're on the clock. Be ready to submit the pick. So there's a lot happening in a short period of time. So we were under 5 minutes, and then we're really under 2 minutes. So we had to get the pick ready to submit on the computer. So as soon as we were on the clock, it was ready to go. Get the player on the phone. So, we had dueling phones working there for a little bit. So, and then I'd say we probably made the pick with less than a minute left. So the clock didn't run out. So at least we were able to make the pick.
Can you imagine? I just love the thrill. And you got to know guys like Nick Caserio and every other general manager in the NFL, head coaches, and everybody else involved, the excitement of draft night like that, where you're talking about coming right down to the wire and we got to get this thing done. We've only got 30 seconds left to make the pick. I just think that's a lot of fun. And props to Caserio for giving us a little look behind the curtain.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen the movie Draft Day because it wasn't a good enough movie to watch a second time. But it just kind of feels like Draft Day, dueling phones and back-to-back picks, and you're doing this and you're doing that. And you get two players like that. The expectation on those two players, you're CJ Stroud, you're going against Case Keenum. I don't know if CJ is going to be a day one starter. Will Anderson will be, but the expectations on these guys coming in are going to be extremely high. And Nick Caserio is already trying to, pump the brakes on. They're still rookies.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything, like the expectation. And when they get here, D'Amico will spend time with both players. But I think their job, their responsibility is to come in with the right attitude, with the right mindset, understand that they're part of a team, understand that they now have a home, and understand that they have to earn the trust and the confidence of their teammates around them. So they have a lot of work to do. I think they understand that. They think they just want to be a part of the team and want to be a part of the solution. So we're not going to use any labels. We're not going to put any terms on anybody. We're not going to put any timetables on anybody because, quite frankly, it's not fair to the players. It's not really responsible to the rest of the team. So the expectation for the players that are in our building is the same. D'Amico is going to lay out the expectations about what he expects. And then the job of the player in turn is to respond and to be a good teammate, to do the right thing, put the team first, focus on your job, focus on improvement, focus on getting better, focus on taking advantage of your opportunity, whatever those are. And that's going to be the expectation, whoever is in this building, between now and the start of the season in September. So that's where the focus is. It's not on any, vernacular or about, what their future is or their role in the organization. Quite frankly, they haven't earned it yet, and they have to earn that when they get here.
Yeah, number 2 overall pick, but he's got to earn it.
Well, he does.
Well, of course he does. But
Nick Caserio knows what we all know in the history of the NFL when it comes to number 1 and number 2 picks. It's not very good. So C.J. Stroud is – and the question is, and you said it just a few minutes ago, he's not a day one starter. You think Case Keenum's going to be the day one starter? Or will it be Davis Mills? Or will Davis Mills be shipped off somewhere?
I think at some point he will start his rookie year. I don't know if he'll be a day one starter, but all the noise leading up to the draft last night, and C.J. Stroud in all the mocks was the guy that was falling and falling and falling, and it really didn't just make a whole lot of sense. But he was the one that kept sliding. And why? Because of a test score? Everything else about C.J. Stroud was right up there. And that is what Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans and that entire staff was looking at. So while it was C.J. Stroud that was doing the mock draft slide in the green room, it was Will Levis who had his dream night turn into a nightmare that actually came true. We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz, live at the Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock Road. Don't forget, Cowboys draft pick Mazi Smith scheduled to join us, flexible time, but around 3:45. It is Fiesta time. It is a Friday. Everybody has their plans. None of you plan on getting arrested, but some of you will. People get arrested every day for all kinds of reasons, especially during Fiesta. You get out of jail fast, you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast because you do. Best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you really understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available. They're open 24/7. So whether you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Along with the draft tonight, we have some playoff basketball. The Sacramento Kings fighting for their playoff lives at Golden State. Memphis, well, they've got to hang on to. They're in Los Angeles taking on the Lakers. Nike and Kevin Durant lifetime contract. The only other two to do that, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And, of course, round 2 and 3 of the NFL Draft is tonight. Cowboys, Texans looking to add to their rosters. The Blitz continues.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right, but right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-330-2929. That's 800-330-2929. 800-330-2929.
O'Reilly. Does your vehicle have over 75,000 miles? Get maximum high mileage engine protection with new Syntec Full Synthetic High Mileage Motor Oil exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec High Mileage and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $34.99. Limit supply. Ask for Syntec High Mileage at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We can get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we can take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially since you're always growing and changing. Therapy is all about deepening that self-awareness, because sometimes you don't know what you really want until you talk things through. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. Visit betterhelp.com/score to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/score.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We are live at the Dive Bar. 6422 Babcock is the address, but just put it in your phone. Search the Dive Bar and Restaurant, and you will get here. It's not far from UTSA.
Yeah, that's what I did. And you get right here, takes you right here. And you're right about that. Not only is it a great bar, they got a restaurant here too. You had lunch, right?
I did. It was pizzas and some mozzarella sticks. Although it said like pizza bites, I was expecting like large like pizza rolls.
Right.
They were like little small flatbread, but circles.
Oh, nice.
Pizza. They were really good too.
Nice.
They make everything here. Their marinara sauce, and I was not expecting that.
Well, it was
I'm
good.
Glad
to hear it.
Came in thinking I was going to get a burger and ended up with the pizza bites because they just looked really good.
And I don't know. I just look over there at the bar. The beer looks cold.
Yeah, a couple hours.
Yeah,
a couple hours. In fact, you want to come drink with us?
Yes.
Come do it at the dive bar. See, we only have to work till 5 on Friday. Don't tell Rudy J.
No.
But ESPN's draft coverage will take over at 5 o'clock today. No, we're not leaving.
No.
Going to hang out here with you guys at the dive bar and hang out almost like Will Levis was hanging out in the green room last night. I mean, Will Levis, his big nightmare.
Oh my God!
Was what we saw last night. This was Will Levis at the Kentucky Pro Day.
If I get invited and if I know I'll be a pretty high pick, I'll definitely go. I'm looking forward to going, but I don't want to go if I could be a second round pick. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have the camera just on you all day.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So at least the Twitter world was nice to him and started focusing on his girlfriend later in the night as opposed to him. They showed him on TV 37 times last night. 37.
That's incredible. And that's a lot more than everybody else, right?
Yes.
The one thing, I saw a little thing on one of the socials today, a little meme that it showed Will Levis's girlfriend, and it looks like she's looking over at Anthony Richardson saying, text me.
Oh, stop.
I'm just saying that's what it looked like.
Well, I mean, she wants to be with the first rounder.
Well, apparently.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, because now she's seeing Will Levis. She said, wait a minute. He's guaranteed how much? And then you're guaranteed what? Oh, man, I made the wrong mistake.
Well, and you talk about mistakes and costing. So Anthony Richardson goes number 4 to the Indianapolis Colts, which kind of a surprise. His guaranteed money on the rookie scale as the 4th pick over his 4 years is $36.9 million. 36.9.
Not bad.
The final pick in the draft last night, number 31, a dude named Felix with the last name I'm not even going to try. He's now a Kansas City Chief. He's guaranteed $12.75 million.
So that's spread out over 4 years.
Yeah.
So about $3 million a year.
And what do you figure Will Levis as a second round guy? He had a massive drop. And even you say Jalen Carter, who ends up going number 9. The number 9 pick gets $23.5 million. If he wasn't in trouble with the law, he probably would have been at least a top 4 pick, so about $37 million. So his off the field issues cost him about, I don't know, $15 million, give or take.
Well, sure they did. But, as a Cowboy fan and you're upset, you better be upset because you wish he wouldn't have done what he did. And then fall to the Eagles like that at number 9. And then the Eagles, by the way, if you think the Texans won the draft, I think it might have been a tie. The Philadelphia Eagles were right there. It's going into overtime.
The Chicago Bears have traded the 9th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 9th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia.
With the 30th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Nolan Smith, linebacker, Georgia.
Wow. Now, Nolan Smith was available when the Cowboys took Mazi Smith.
He was. I would have been mad at Nolan Smith. I just look at the Philadelphia Bulldogs, and they're going to be really tough next year. The Eagles and their general manager, they just do it different. I mean, Micah Parsons doing the show last night on Bleacher Report Live. You heard how excited he was with Mazi Smith. It was the complete opposite reaction when they took Jalen Carter at number 9.
I'm just so sick to my stomach right now. Not only does he have veteran
next to Fletcher Cox,
well,
it's him and Jordan Davis for the next 5 years.
That is just. Don't y'all just have N'Kobe Dean?
Oh yeah, we're just
N'Kobe
Georgia North.
I just think the Eagles like Georgia, but I'm just sick. I'm just sick to my stomach right now. I'm just sick to my stomach. I can't believe that many teams passed up on this.
Come here. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I'm just truly just sick right now.
Yeah. So is every other Cowboy fan in the world.
Yeah, but they didn't take Bijan Robinson.
No, they didn't. The Falcons did you a favor there. That's not getting very high grades by some of the so-called experts because of how high Bijan went, by the way. So, but I think Atlanta got a good player.
I think he did, and I hope he enjoys the milk carton there in the ATL. He's going to be a superstar. What I loved about that pick more than anything else was Michael Jimenez's reaction. Because Michael Jimenez has been talking so much crap. Oh, Cowboy fans, what are you going to do when your Longhorn ends up playing for the Eagles? And now all of a sudden, that Longhorn who Michael Jimenez loved yesterday, hates today, is going to the Falcons. And if you were listening to the show today, you heard over and over and over and over and over and over that the Saints are his favorite team. So now Bijan is dead to him. The reactions he was hoping that Cowboy fans would have, we got from Michael Jimenez, and it was glorious.
I think that's fantastic. So, and Bijan will probably have some of his best games against those New Orleans Saints. So I'm very happy to see that. I'm happy that the Eagles didn't get him, but I don't know that, I wonder when you look at things and you try to predict what would have happened if this didn't happen. I wonder if Bijan was available. I don't think the Eagles would have passed up Jalen Carter. I just don't think they would have, even if Bijan was available at that point in time. So, you look at it that way, and the Eagles, I think, were pretty well set. In fact, Jalen Carter said as much during the week. He said the Eagles pretty much told him if he was there at number 10 that they were going to take him. So that's what they did. And in fact, they didn't even want to take a chance. They trade up one spot to get this guy. They got the guy that they wanted. So I'm not sure that Bijan would have been taken by the Eagles there, even if he had been available.
No, and for the Kansas City Chiefs, Felix, what's his name that I wasn't going to try to pronounce? Our friend Milton Hope, who's like the PA announcer for UTSA, says, come on, man, Chiefs draft pick is easy. Felix Anudike Ozuma.
Okay, yeah, that's easy.
And he said, say hi to Joe.
Yeah, well, hi, Milton.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, appreciate that. There's no way.
He's a Chiefs fan, though. So
yeah, he's always been a Chiefs fan.
Always
he's a nice guy other than that.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, back in the day when he worked in the building with us over there off of Eisenhower Road. Good stuff. All right, I told you flexibility when it comes to the Cowboys draft pick, Mazi Smith. Now told he will join us coming up next within the next 10 minutes. Mazi Smith, the Cowboys' first-round draft pick, will join us live here on the Blitz. If you're looking for authentic sausage, the kind you could find in butcher shops back in the old days, then Kielbasa's smoked sausage is what you've been looking for. You see, Kielbasa makes their legendary smoked sausage in small 150-pound batches with only fresh, high-quality ingredients, never frozen meat. They never add fillers or chemicals that you can't pronounce. Then it is smoked over real hardwood. Real smoke, honest meat, slow crafted. What they say is in their products is exactly what is in there. That is what they mean by honest meat. They're proud their ingredient list is short, straightforward, and doesn't require a PhD in chemistry to translate. And if it's not the best sausage you've ever eaten, just give Michael Kielbasa a call and he'll give your money back. His phone number is on the back of every package sold. Real smoke, honest meat, slow crafted. Go get some Kielbasa today.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick us in. Let's go to the commissioner.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
This is going to be a fun player to watch.
All day today. Join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft. Live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number one? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here tonight at 5. Presented by Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar and your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sadly, 1 in 3 women in the U.S. will experience physical abuse from an intimate partner. Violence and sexual exploitation of children is also a significant problem. By providing housing, healing, and prevention, Christie's Hope creates an environment where people feel freedom from abuse. Thomas J. Henry is proud to team up with Christie's Hope to help bring an end to domestic violence for good. Help us create a legacy of resilience and hope. Donate today at christieshope.org.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train. Smoker's Paradise, your premium smoke shop. Fully stocked to shop everything you need for your smoking needs under one roof. Vaporizers, disposable e-cigarettes, hookah accessories, water pipes, cigars, and more. With 13 area locations, including the newest location at Callahan and I-10. Visit smokersparadise.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility, customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
O'Reilly.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Garage clutter got you down? Garageization will help improve that mood. Cabinets, shelving, workbenches, overhead racks, slat wall. They even do floors. Oh my! GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com for more info. GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roof Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roof Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roof Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee kept on payroll during COVID-19. GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC, and they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based on incomplete or outdated information, so don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
This is Spence from Jimenez and Spence, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live on this Fiesta Friday out at the Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock Road. It's going to be it's a great Friday because it's NFL Draft. All the reaction from last night's round 1 and getting you ready for rounds 2 and 3 tonight, which you can listen to. Our ESPN radio coverage begins at 5 o'clock.
Yes, it does. But come on out here, because even though that begins at 5 o'clock, we're not going anywhere. So come on out here, have a beer with us, and we'll talk a little NFL Draft or whatever you want to. Come party with us. Start your Friday with the Blitz.
I can only imagine the party that Mazi Smith is going to have after the whirlwind is over. And it all started last night when he got the phone call from Uncle Jerry.
Is this Mazi?
Yes, sir. This is Maz.
Is that Cowboy?
Yeah.
Well,
we making it happen.
Mazi, I'm telling you, it's our thrill to be able to call you. This is Jerry Jones. And
Yes, sir.
tell you, we just turned your card in. We're drafting you for
Thank you.
be our big part of our defense. And but I want the coach to say to you, everybody's wanting to say hello to you, but congratulations on your career and for working as hard as you have to get there. And but boy, we're excited about having you come in here. We're excited about the team, but the defense you're playing on as well.
Yes, sir.
But
Thank
here's
you
your
so
head
much.
coach. Here's your head coach, Mike McCarthy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Mazi, how you doing? You having some fun?
Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, I'm great. I'm doing great.
Where are you right now? You home with your family or?
Yeah, just with my mom, me and my mom.
Okay, that's awesome. Hey, congratulations. Enjoy this time with you. Obviously, we'll get to work when you get here, but can't tell you how excited we are to have you. You'll be a phenomenal fit. You crushed it in your visit here, so you're at a great place, young man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, Mazi, enjoy yourself. Hey, I'm going to pass you over to Dan Quinn, our defensive coordinator, okay?
All right, bet.
Hold on.
Mazi, this is Coach DQ.
Yes, sir. What up? What up, big dog?
What's up, man? How about this, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah, well, you did it, bro. We can't wait to get you here, man. We can't wait to get rocking with you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'll give you back the call, and the guys will get you rocking to get going.
Yeah,
all right, congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
In that phone call, and it's always interesting when you hear the call and the Cowboys put out the secret recordings, if you will. Do you think he remembers that call at all?
Probably not. Probably. I mean, it's just his head was spinning.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would have to be. And then you get Jerry on the phone. Well, we're proud to have you. But what a phone call that would be. I mean, can you imagine being a young man and you get drafted by the Dallas Cowboys or anybody else, and to get that phone call? That's got to be fun. And then he's got to pack and get on a plane for Dallas and come down here and meet his new teammates.
I would like to think that everybody thought that they were going to go in the first round and had their bag ready to go.
You think so?
Well, because they knew they were going somewhere, because you get drafted on Thursday night in the first round, and then, Friday you have all your press conferences, and you go from there. And, what I find interesting is the press conference last night, Mike McCarthy kept referring to he crushed it in the visit. And you even heard him tell him that during the phone call. He brought it up in the press conference that visit was so important to the Cowboys. I've seen Nick Caserio reference both C.J. Stroud's visit and Will Anderson's visit. Those top 30 visits, when they get in there in those facilities, are so important to the team in making those decisions.
Just think like anything. I mean, I've been around the league, a few different organizations. I think Will and the way it's set up, the interaction that you have not only at night when they come in and the individual meetings that each coach has. And I mean, they run, it's a car wash now. I mean, every one of those guys that come through here, I mean, it's as detailed as a visit that I've ever been a part of. So, but yeah, I mean, you can see the character, and we have a chance to talk through the things that he went through in his career. I like everything about him. I like the way he was coached. I like where he's coming from. I like the way he plays. I think this guy is an outstanding fit for our locker room and for our run defense.
Well, I tell you what, that's good. And those visits are important. You don't realize that. You say, Mazi Smith was in for a visit today. He met with Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy. You kind of blow it off. But obviously those things are very important. And the Cowboys have a reputation, as you know, Jason, that if they bring you in, there's a pretty good chance they're going to draft you.
You get 30 of them. Now, they don't use all 30 of them typically, and I don't think they used all 30 of them from what I could tell this year. But if they're bringing you in, there's a chance that they want to. And sometimes you see guys going for a visit, and they're probably not going to have any chance of drafting that player. But at the same time, you still want to do your due diligence and get to know those guys for a variety of reasons. But obviously that visit had the impression that the Cowboys were hoping it would have. And clearly, I mean, Dan Quinn was excited, and I like the tone change, if you will.
Yeah.
Here's Jerry. All right. Here's Mike McCarthy. Here's DQ. And all of a sudden, you went from talking yes sir to talking to one of your guys. And that's the kind of coach that Dan Quinn is.
Well, and we've seen him in action. And the players love this guy. I mean, he gets out on the field. He's very animated when he gets out there, and it goes through the drills with those guys. And I think it's really cool. And that's why that defense has improved the way that it has. It's Dan Quinn's recipe, if you will, and just the way he treats those guys. Just the fact that Micah Parsons can text him on draft night or draft afternoon and say, hey, take a look at this Mazi Smith guy. And Dan Quinn responds, with, yeah, man, I like that. So that tells you everything you need to know about the relationship between those guys and their coach.
Well, and the fact that Micah Parsons has already reached out to Mazi Smith, and when he joins us here in the next couple of minutes, we're going to ask him about already getting hyped up from a guy like Micah Parsons, his new teammates, how he's going to fit into the locker room. But all of that is stuff that the Cowboys were all talking about last night. One, he helps fill a need for the Dallas Cowboys at stopping the run. Two, they were talking about how he's going to fit inside that locker room. Cowboy, the man of the hour, joining us now on the Buyers Barricade guest line is Mazi Smith. Mazi, man, I know you're doing the car wash, man. It's a whirlwind. He is Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. You're live on the Cowboys station down in San Antonio. Congratulations, man. What have the last 24 hours been like for you?
It's the real quick turnarounds, man. A lot of emotions. When I first got drafted, man, I didn't know what to say. It was a stunning moment, a moment that was a long time coming. But today, now I feel like I'm ready to blow up. We need to get into training camp or something.
Mazi, when you get there to the Star in Frisco and you see the facility and you meet, some of the, I don't know how many players you met, but the coaches and Jerry Jones and all of that, that's just got to be, like going to Disneyland, isn't it?
Yeah, no, for real, it is. It is. It's like going to, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the level of opulence in this building is on another level. And you could just tell that, Mr. Jones and the staff in here and the ownership, everybody just takes care of this place, take care of their players, take care of their people. This is a family. It's a family first atmosphere here, and I'm just happy and just proud to be part of it.
Mazi Smith joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Mike McCarthy mentioned multiple times last night in the press conference about how you crushed it on your visit, one of those visits that you had. Tell us what that visit was like for you.
Man, it was star-studded. I saw people that I had heard about. I saw people that I had seen at other places, and of course, I saw Mr. Jones, who I've seen everywhere, and just knowing football the way I do, the hands that I was shaking, I was just very appreciative and just very open and letting people know who I was and the type of person I am and the type of player I want to be. Even meeting, Coach Reef, Sharif Floyd, he coach here now, and just meeting him and being able to talk ball with him and chop it up with him, it's just an honor and just an honor, man.
Well, I tell you what, I can't even imagine Jason and I, either one, Mazi, what you're feeling right now, because we never got to where you're at, but it's got to be a surreal feeling. So to Cowboy fans that are wondering about Mazi Smith, what would you say is the strength of your game?
First off, I'm a dog first. So everything that you see me do on the field is aggressive. I'm always the aggressor. That's my goal. Put my hands on somebody and make them go backwards. I'm a physical player. I was physical at the college level, and it's time to figure out how to be physical at this level too.
And you're strong. Your strength is your strength, isn't it? You're ridiculously strong and athletic for your size.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it is. Mazi Smith joining us here on the Blitz. I'm curious. You look at all the mock drafts and take us through the process. I don't know if you consumed all the mock drafts and some had to go in there, some here, some there. What's it like for you? And did you think you were going to end up where you are with a star on your helmet?
Well, I saw a couple of mock drafts where we were talking about, 26 to the Cowboys or 29 to New Orleans, and I just like, are they serious? But I just, I know people drop. I know how much you can't, you got to take every mock draft with a grain of salt. So I was just trying to, keep a level head and listen to my agent, and just manage expectations, but they was right. Mazi Smith, 26th pick to the Cowboys, to the Star, is a beautiful thing, beautiful feeling, and a blessing.
We know Cowboy fans are feeling the same way, but I have a feeling, Mazi, that we owe your mom a bit of gratitude when it comes to how good a player you are. Heard a story that she threatened to take away your Pop-Tarts back in Pop Warner. What was that all about?
Yeah, she did. I was 7. I was 7 playing for the Titans. I think I was playing on the Mighty Mites. I was playing with the 9 and 10-year-olds, or the Tiny Mites, 9 and 10-year-olds, and we in the middle of a game. I'm on the field. I'm lined up over the center, and I just hear her scream. I know her voice. I hear her scream. She's talking about, if you don't make a play, no Pop-Tarts. I was like, if I had, I was like, all right, bet. I'll make something happen.
Everybody's motivated by different things, Mazi. And, I know you're now an NFL player. Let that sink in a minute. But coming from the NIL world of college football, you could probably work that into an endorsement deal with Pop-Tarts at this point, but also with your name. With your name, Maz. Have you found the Maserati dealership there in Dallas yet to try to get an NIL deal with those guys?
We're going to start working. I hired a pretty good agency. We're going to put them boys to work here soon.
All right, I got to ask you this too, Mazi. And I know you've been talking about, you're a big In-N-Out guy, right? Did I hear that right?
Nah, I heard I had In-N-Out one time in Arizona.
Okay.
One time in Arizona. I got to try Whataburger.
Yeah, we got a big rivalry here in Texas between In-N-Out and Whataburger. So you got to try a Whataburger.
Yeah, I'll just tell you what, I don't know how impressive that In-N-Out burger really was. People was lined up around the corner for that. And I was like, when I got it, I was like, lined up around the corner for this.
You're winning Cowboy fans over already, man. But I got to ask. 6'3", 320. What is your Whataburger order going to be?
Well, I had to stop ordering 2 of everything. Because I'm just trying to stay 3. I'm 330 right now, but I'm just trying to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? So, 2 burgers and 2 fries ain't good no more. So we just gotta lock in.
Here's the beautiful thing, Mazi, and I would never lie to you, my friend, even though we just met. That double bacon cheeseburger at Whataburger, it won't add any calories to your diet. Just only do it like once and don't tell the coach.
All right, I got you. All right, it's our little secret.
Yeah, that's us, man. Mazi, congratulations. Enjoy the whirlwind. Can't wait to meet you in person out in Oxnard. By the way, training camp in Oxnard is fantastic. You're going to enjoy that far better than what you've experienced to this point, man. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, man. Congratulations.
For sure, man. I appreciate it.
Mazi Smith, the Cowboys' first-round draft pick. Great kid.
Wow, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed talking to him. Can't wait to do it again.
We're going to get a quick Sports Center update. We'll react to what you just heard from Mazi Smith and take your phone calls as the Blitz continues live at the Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock Road.
This is the Blitz. KTFM Floresville and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, you just heard what the Cowboys got in round 1 of the NFL draft. It continues tonight with rounds 2 and 3. The Cowboys have a pick in each of those rounds. The Houston Texans don't have a pick in the second round. They traded that away yesterday, but they do have a couple of picks in the third. Playoff basketball tonight, Sacramento. Well, they're fighting for their playoff lives. They'll take on Golden State. Memphis, they're hoping to stay alive, too, in Los Angeles. The Blitz continues now.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at the Dive Bar on Babcock Road. Just punch in Dive Bar in your GPS and get here. It's over near UTSA. Fantastic spot that has great food. I had lunch here. They got the TVs and plenty of cold beer that we get to enjoy in an hour because it's a Fiesta Friday, and NFL draft coverage will take over from ESPN Radio at 5 o'clock, which means we get paid to drink.
That's awesome, man. This is a great country, isn't it? This is fantastic. No, this is a great place. It is my first time here, but I'm going to tell you what, it won't be my last, because this is a great place to come out, chill out, have some beer. Some guys over here throwing darts, having a good time on a Friday afternoon. So, and a great place to watch any kind of game, and certainly the draft tonight. There's TVs all over the place and some great food in the kitchen, Jason. This is a great place.
Very cool talking with Mazi Smith as he joins us Hurricanes guest line. And you could tell from his personality what the Cowboys fell in love with from a fit. We kept hearing last night Stephen Jones, Mike McCarthy talking about a fit in the locker room, let alone what he can do on the football field, but just being that complete package. And you could just tell he's got it.
He's got it. I mean, you can tell that he's an intelligent young man, not only in football, but in life. And he wants to work hard. And that's the main thing. You know, you get guys in and immediately they want to go to work. And I got the feeling that Mazi was ready to hit the weights, get out on the field, do whatever.
Are you kidding? I think he's ready to go to Whataburger.
Well, that too, maybe after practice, Mazi. But no, great attitude. It was a great interview, fun interview, and I enjoyed it. Can't wait to meet that young man in person.
You know, when you think about Mazi Smith, the Maz. Does it go by the Maz?
He said Maz.
Mazi Smith. I mean, he goes Maz.
He said Maz.
But do you have to be close friends with him to call him Maz?
Well,
I mean, because we're all close friends now. I mean, we just, figured that out. I mean, the Maz, Mazi.
He's a big dude, so I would make sure that you know the answer to that before you call him Maz.
Well, I'm just glad that his last name is Smith. I mean, that's 2 years in a row the Cowboys have gone Smith in the first round because they're very media friendly, right?
Of course.
You look at it. What I appreciate, and we'll get more into the pick and what it all means. John Machota from The Athletic will join us coming up in about 10 minutes. And Machota had Mazi Smith in a couple of his mock drafts for the Cowboys. Jerry Jones last year famously showed everybody the draft board when they took Tyler Smith. This year, he did not show us the draft board.
Last year, I showed you the damn draft board. I barely got back in the building by training camp. I was barred. I was barred from the building. So much for that. But so I'm not going to give you the draft board this time.
Well, that's disappointing.
Come on,
but
Jerry.
he did tell us where they had Mazi on said draft board.
Well, where do we have Mazi on our board? I'm not going to give him the damn board.
He was on the board in a position for us to pick at 26.
Okay, 14. I think he was 13 or 14. Somewhere in there. Right there.
Just because you said it don't make it so, right?
What?
Just because you said it don't make it so, right?
Well, I didn't give you the draft board. But he was left high. It's 13 or 14 on our board. Man, who gives a Really, we got him.
Who gives a bleep? We got him.
I think the older Jerry gets, the more fun he is having with what he's doing with the Dallas Cowboys.
No, the older he gets, he's being like every old man. They'll say what the hell they want and not give a damn.
Well, when has Jerry not said everything he wants and not give a damn?
Yeah, there was a time. But, I mean, the older he gets, the more he just doesn't seem like he gives a damn. That old man syndrome that, well, you people get.
Well, that's why I came back to radio.
Exactly.
I get paid to do that now.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. It's awesome. Jerry, I love Jerry Jones. Everybody listening to the station knows that. And just stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. And I think, when he was kidding Mike McCarthy the other day about, when they draft well, it's the coaching that's the problem. But even Mike McCarthy seems to have gotten Jerry Jones now, and he's cool with it. They just ride off of each other.
Well, and again, I mean, they didn't show us the draft board. If you take them at their word that he was 13, 14, he asked Will McClay. McClay didn't give up that info. Will McClay will join us on the Blitz Monday afternoon. We'll recap the entire draft with, essentially the Cowboys general manager,
right,
even though he doesn't have that title. But Will McClay will be live with us on Monday afternoon. And we'll ask Will. And, you and I both have talked to Will even off the record enough where he's not going to BS you afterwards. I mean, he's the one that originally told the story about, Zach Martin and Johnny Manziel and Steven Putnam. I expect a very honest interview with Will McClay, but I kind of go with Jerry Jones on this. Who gives a bleep? We got him. Because if they were thinking tight end, out there that say the Cowboys were going to take the Kincaid kid out of Utah, but Buffalo traded up and got him, and they got their guy, so they had to settle. I don't know, because Mayer was still there. If they were desperate or going after a tight end, it's not there. The Cowboys, while it's not sexy, it's not, could they have gone Hooker? Could they have gone Will Levis? I mean, that would have been a surprise.
That would have been.
Rudy J., I heard him this morning saying he was disappointed that they didn't take Will Levis. But, Rudy J. is like Michael Jimenez sometimes, walking around with that can of kerosene in a match, just trying to see what he can set on fire.
You know what, though? I appreciate Rudy J. And while that would not have been the pick I would have made at that point in time, boy, what kind of a message would that have sent to number 4?
Oh, massive.
It would have been huge, right? So it's not all that far-fetched. And obviously, I don't think the Cowboys would have done it, or should they have. They addressed a need. Do they need to get a quarterback in there? Yes. The problem is now, if you're not taking a Will Levis or a Hendon Hooker, you're probably not really serious about sending Dak Prescott any kind of message. He's going to be the guy, unfortunately, for years to come.
I think part of it, too, I don't know that Levis did a visit with the Cowboys if they scouted him.
Did any quarterback?
And Duggan,
That's
Tune.
true, yeah.
So, I mean, guys that they thought they could get. But also, when you look at the financial commitment of a first-round player, I just, it would have been a surprising move. They needed players that can make an immediate impact on the 2023 Dallas Cowboys in these first 3 rounds. While they are drafting for this year, they're also drafting for the future. But as we've talked about for the last several weeks leading up to the draft, I have maintained whatever you get with the NFC wide open, get players that can make an immediate impact. And Mazi Smith looks like a game 1 starter for the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that, Jason. I think he'll be out there on the field. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done between now and then. OTAs, the rookie camp, I think, is just a couple of weeks away where they'll all gather there. And so we'll start to see Mazi in action. And there's, again, a lot of road to cover before we get to that first game come September.
Let's talk about it with John Machota from The Athletic. John had Mazi in a couple of his mock drafts, so I'm sure he's feeling pretty right on this Friday afternoon.
No doubt about it. Speaking of feeling right, when you deal with a company that treats you right, you feel right, and you're happy with after they leave and do the job they're there to do. Well, that is certainly the experience you're going to have with Stevens Roofing. They are some of the best folks in town. And let me tell you something. If you didn't know this already, we're under a thunderstorm watch right now here in San Antonio. But that's just typical spring weather, right? It changes all the time. But this time of year, it means thunderstorms. It means wind, rain, hail, all of that kind of stuff. So you need to keep Stevens Roofing number handy. It's 210-785-0994. Look, if it does hail tonight or this afternoon or whenever these storms come in and you have some damage to your roof, you know what's going to happen. These trucks are going to come into your neighborhood. They're going to knock on your door and they'll say, hey, we're from out of town. We just want to check your roof. Don't make a bad situation worse. work with a local company. In fact, Stevens Roofing has a great local slogan. It's buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. Look, they repair and install all kinds of roofs, metal roofs, composition roofs. They do commercial projects. And the best part is, if you've got an insurance claim, Stevens Roofing will work with your insurance company. Takes it completely off of your plate. So give them a call, 210-785-0994. They'll come out, check for damage, and give you an honest assessment. Buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. Again, that phone number, 210-785-0994.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick us in. Let's go to the commissioner.
The Dallas Cowboys select. This is going to be a fun player to watch.
All day today, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number one? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here tonight at 5. Presented by Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar and your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio.
I know it's Friday afternoon, but tonight over the weekend, do me a favor and go to noblegoldinvestments.com, because if you've been thinking about how to secure the value of your assets, grow your wealth, you need to think gold. noblegoldinvestments.com. You go to noblegoldinvestments.com. They're going to walk you through everything. They'll email you their gold and silver investors guide. And you think about like the latest bank failures, other economic news that could devalue the dollar. Gold is a safe investment to secure your wealth. Just go look at the price of gold in 1970 up until today. Was about $35 an ounce. The long-term trend will blow you away. A lot of people wish they would have bought back then. Don't wish you did this down the road. Take the time to go to noblegoldinvestments.com. You're welcome to use promo code STAR for a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin they're offering people that qualify. noblegoldinvestments.com is the website. This weekend, go check it out, noblegoldinvestments.com.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision-engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
This is it. The final days, the final hours of Diamonds Direct's amazing one-year spring store-wide sale. Everyone's loving this, but time is running out. You have until Sunday at 5 p.m. to take advantage of 20% savings on virtually everything. Big trunk shows all weekend with designers in-store. Save an extra 20% off rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, even engagement ring mountings. It's the biggest and best store-wide event all year with expanded hours this weekend, including open Sunday. Get all the details now at DiamondsDirect.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try Babbel for free. That's Babbel.com. Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sadly, 1 in 3 women in the U.S. will experience physical abuse from an intimate partner. Violence and sexual exploitation of children is also a significant problem. By providing housing, healing, and prevention, Christie's Hope creates an environment where people feel freedom from abuse. Thomas J. Henry is proud to team up with Christie's Hope to help bring an end to domestic violence for good. Help us create a legacy of resilience and hope. Donate today at christieshope.org.
Tonight, it's the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Coverage begins at 5.
The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at the Dive Bar on this Friday afternoon. And we get off work early. 5 o'clock, ESPN Radio's draft coverage begins. Fun talking a few minutes ago to Cowboys' first-round draft pick, Mazi Smith. Now we'll talk about a guy who had Mazi and a couple of his mock drafts on The Athletic, and that is the great John Machota, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. So, John, you feeling pretty right on this Friday since you had the Maz going a couple of different times to the Cowboys?
I did. I don't know if any of them were actually in the first round. That was kind of second round guy. I did think that for him to fall all the way to 58 was probably asking for a lot. I don't think that was realistic. I thought he'd go somewhere between probably 25 and 35. And it sounds like that's what he was told by his agent, and I think what happened there is the Cowboys entertained offers to move back, thinking they could still get him maybe at, 28, 30, 32. And he ended up, it was just too good. They didn't want to pass up on him, and they knew that he probably would be gone. There's been talk of potentially Kansas City was interested, and then New Orleans. And then you see how many defensive linemen go right after the Cowboys pick Mazi Smith. And so, yeah, if you're looking at your, big board or whatever, you might look at it and say, yeah, this seems like it's about 10, 15 picks too sooner, but the Cowboys never looked at it this way. I'm kind of surprised about it, to be honest with you guys, just because, it's been so long since they've taken a defensive tackle this high in the draft, especially one that doesn't have a ton of pass rush. And so you look at his numbers in college and you think, oh, there's not a lot of sacks there. Why is this just a run stopper? But they maintain, we just talked to Mazi, we just talked to Stephen Jones for a while after that. They maintain that they believe that with Dan Quinn and defensive line coach Ed Dirty, that they can develop him as a pass rusher and he can contribute there.
Well, I tell you what, John, you almost have to believe them, right? What they did with Tyler Smith, nobody thought he was worthy of a first-round pick last year, and he came in and contributed right away. But I've got to ask you this because, we talk about mock drafts, and Jason started with that. Everybody had the Cowboys, it seemed like, taking a tight end. Buffalo jumps over them last night to pick up a tight end. Were the Cowboys ever entertaining that, do you think? And is that why Buffalo felt the need to jump ahead of them?
I believe that they were discussing tight end there, but when Mazi Smith was still on the board, I think that was more of a preference just because it seems like they feel good about what tight ends could still be there in the second and maybe even third round, whereas they don't feel as good about what could be there at defensive tackle or at some other positions that they might have been, talking about. I heard that they didn't have Dalton Kincaid higher on the board than Mazi. Mazi was higher than Kincaid. And so, yeah, it looks like that they jumped the Cowboys, the Bills did to get Kincaid. But from everything I've heard, if Kincaid was still there, they were still taking Mazi Smith.
John, as you think about Mazi Smith, and when he was on with us, we were talking more about, he's not a fan of In-N-Out, can't wait to try Whataburger, and Pop-Tarts play a big role in his motivation and development, but being a run stopper that's going to make a Micah Parsons better. When you think about that video of Micah Parsons last night showing the text that he had to Dan Quinn, the secret phone call that the Cowboys released, and how Mazi sounded with Jerry and Mike McCarthy, and then how he sounded with Dan Quinn, Micah's response. How much of this do you think they went in to the draft thinking they were going to go defensive player in the first round, when all the noise leading up to the draft was an offensive guy, especially with your head coach now being the play caller?
I'm sure that they had some interest in some offensive guys. I don't think that it was, they're going to say now that it was Mazi Smith all along, and I'm sure he was in the discussion. But even after taking the pick, Stephen Jones said that he was in a group of 2 or 3 other players that they were discussing at the time. That's why they waited all 10 minutes out. They had other teams on the phone that they could have traded back with. So it wasn't like this was just, there's no doubt we were just going to take him as soon as we entered the draft early on Thursday. There were some players they were discussing, and then when it came down to it, they just felt like what he could bring to that defense and how it could elevate that defense, particularly on early downs where they've had trouble stopping the run, that this could take a really good defense and turn it into an even better elite defense where, they can continue to build around that and win games with their defense. And so, after they drafted him, I tweeted out really what their starting lineup looks like it could be for this season, obviously with people all needing to be healthy. And that's one of the best defenses in the league. And that's without getting much pass rush from Mazi Smith. If he can be a pass rusher on top of it, that's great. When we were just talking to Stephen Jones a few minutes ago, he was talking about how Dan Quinn's got some plans to get Mazi Smith out there with Jonathan Hankins. So you got these two, 325, 330 plus guys in the middle and trying to find different ways to mix and match. And that's one of those things that makes you also buy into the pick, because you just have seen Dan Quinn mix and match so many different things in defense and have success that you're just like, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, Dan Quinn, he was talking to Maz. We got the phone call from last night, so that's good. Dan Quinn got his guy in round 1. Does Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, do they get a guy in one of the picks tonight? What do you think?
I would be stunned if one of these 2 picks is an offense, and actually I expect both of them to be. Now, I will say, I think one, the guards are there. They got to fall to, 58, but the guards are there. So that would be the interesting thing, that you still have Osiris Torres out there. You still have Cody Mock. You still have Steve Avila. So, man, if one of those guards was there, they would make a lot of sense. But this team really is interested in tight end. And so I would say guard and tight end are probably my 2 favorites going into the second day. But you know how it goes. When you're picking that low in both rounds, there can be a run on them. Look at how that run went on wide receivers yesterday, where all of a sudden it's like, now, yeah, maybe that was one of your plans, and now it's like, all right, now we got to adjust and go in a different direction. But in a perfect world, if everything fell the right way, I think the Cowboys would love to come out of this day 2 with an offensive guard and with a tight end.
If they got a long-haired, toothless guard out of a Dakota and Mazi Smith and those 2 personalities, the rookie part of training camp is going to be fantastic.
Well, it's funny because Mike McCarthy was talking about that already, just with, the strength that Mazi has and the strength that, Tyler Smith has and how good some of those training camp battles will be between that defensive line and that offensive line. But I just keep going back to guard, because it's not only, before the draft started, we looked at it as, hey, this is a position, this is right there, defensive tackle was in the conversation in terms of their biggest needs. And it's like, how do you look at what the Eagles continue to add to their defensive line and not think that, hey, we better address this guard spot right now. We better add another piece in there to make sure we got another, body in there that's, got the upside to be, a starter and a good starter. So, yeah, to not get a guard with one of these picks, I'd be a little surprised.
All right, so John, a guard, maybe a tight end. What about running back?
Yeah, of course. I think that would be on the next list of things. I just think that, yeah, 3rd, 4th round, 5th round, I think that running back could certainly be in play there. That's one of those. The running back and wide receiver, Stephen Jones talking about this the other day, how, those are positions that generally in most drafts there's decent depth there. But, yeah, running back obviously has to be in play as well, just because you still haven't replaced the loss of Zeke. You'd like a physical runner that you could add into the mix. And let's be honest, Pollard's he's on the franchise tag. He might not even be here a year from now. So, yeah, running back is certainly in the mix too. And if there's one they really like there in the 2nd round today, it wouldn't surprise me if they juggle running back either.
John Machota from The Athletic. Make sure you're subscribed into The Athletic and following John on Twitter at John Machota. John, appreciate your flexibility on this draft weekend on this Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of it.
You too, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it. John Machota on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. They are online at buyersbarricades.com. You talked and heard John talking about what the need for a guard with what Philadelphia has done. Those Philadelphia Bulldogs are going to be really good next year. We'll dive into that
Sarcasm
as we
there, huh?
continue here on the Blitz. First, though, if you're a business owner or a manager, yes, a club leader, you need your logo and any kind of gear. Get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need caps, Sam has more than 12,000 caps in more than 75 color combinations on display in this showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. If you need t-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. If you need uniforms, he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from. You need your logo on a fishing shirt, a golf shirt, Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sammy has all the big name brands. No order too big, no order too small. And he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900. 824-3900. Or better yet, go by that massive showroom on San Pedro. 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's. Or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Our coverage of round 2 of the NFL Draft begins in about 30 minutes or so right here on San Antonio Sports Star. The Cowboys have 1 pick in the second round, 1 pick in the third. Texans with no pick in the second round tonight. They do, however, have a couple of picks in that third round. Kevin Durant joins quite the fraternity. Michael Jordan and LeBron James, the only 3 players to have a lifetime contract with Nike. The Blitz continues.
At Total Wine & More, save big on what you love this month with hundreds of deals. Get up to 35% off over 100 different wines and spirits, including Cabernet, sparkling wine, single barrel bourbon, and so much more. These savings are huge, and even better, they're on top of prices that are already the lowest in town. Deals this good don't last long, so visit Total Wine & More to find yours. Find what you love what you find. At the lowest price, only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool.
Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and member FDIC.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-890-7878. That's 1-800-890-7878. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-890-7878. That's 1-800-890-7878.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at the Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock Road. It's Friday. If you were downtown at the parade earlier, you're getting off work, you're about to get off of work, come hang out with us here at the Dive Bar. They got plenty of cold drinks that we'll get to enjoy soon. They've got a great kitchen. And we get off work early. Well, we get off the air early, but we don't get off work early. We're going to hang out here at the Dive Bar and enjoy this Fiesta Friday.
Of course. Why wouldn't we? I mean, we're here. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to do that. So we're
you got to sample the cold beer here to make sure it's like a cold beer somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And we love a good dive bar, and it's called the Dive Bar.
And it takes me a minute, but it's not because it's a dive bar. It's because it's a dive bar, as in diving underwater.
There's a nautical theme to it. You know, you think about a Cuba Gooding Jr. movie. You know, it says sink or swim over there. No fear of depth and a greater fear of shallow living.
Right.
On one of the signs.
Little water things on the walls, like but
it's a dive bar.
It's a dive bar.
It's a dive bar.
It's a fun place, and you need to get here. Come party with us. Start your Friday right here at the Dive Bar with the Blitz.
I mean, look, I'm excited about the Cowboys pick, but what the Eagles did yesterday certainly will make you want to drink.
The Chicago Bears have traded the 9th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 9th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia.
With the 30th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Nolan Smith, linebacker, Georgia.
All of us in our living rooms or whatever bar you were at went son of a bitch twice with those two picks.
Oh, my goodness.
Son of a bitch, the Eagles. Or the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Bulldogs.
You know, your hatred is really coming out here.
Well.
And it comes with a little bit of fear as well.
Well, I mean, look, Philadelphia was already good. We talk about the three best teams in the NFC as we see here late April are San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Dallas. Not necessarily in that order. The Eagles are good. Just talking with John Machota, you look at that front that the Eagles have. Does that change the Cowboys' approach here in round 2 and 3 today about helping that offensive line? Mike McCarthy said last night, I don't care what other teams do.
Good, Will. It looks like something. I mean, I think we pick him, you coach him. I've never personally. I've never really sweated with the other teams. I mean, we all recognize players that we like, and coaches and personnel guys. We fall in love with a lot of these guys. So they're good picks. The other teams, but I've never really sweated with the other guy takes.
P.S.
Well, that is because I guarantee you after that press conference, they went in the back and said the Eagles took what? They did what? Well, how in the world did they do that?
I mean, Micah Parsons was all of us. I mean, Jalen Carter gets in trouble. And instead of being a top 3, top 4 pick, he slides down, ends up going to number 9. The Eagles move up a spot to get him. And, Micah Parsons, I think he was everybody.
I'm just so sick to my stomach right now. Not only does he have veteran
next to Fletcher Cox, it's
Fletcher
Jordan Davis for like the next 5 years.
That is just. Don't y'all just have Nakobe Dean?
Oh yeah, Nicole. We're just Georgia North.
I just think the Eagles like Georgia, but I'm just sick. I'm just sick to my stomach right now. I'm just sick to my stomach. I can't believe
and you hear that. That was
Mike.
Micah Parsons live last night on a Bleacher Report live show that he was a part of. And I think he's right. I mean, I'm not sure why the Eagles felt they had to move up to get him, especially looking at, an offensive lineman going with the next pick. But they knew their GM is so damn good. He saw a guy sliding because of off the field issues, and he went and got him, and he got a stud. And look, I say he's great. I think I could do that. Let's pick players from Georgia. Check. We're going to be pretty good.
Hey, why not? I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure that out.
Why have 31 other general managers not figured it out yet? Pick players from Georgia. They win national championships, and then you go play in a Super Bowl. Seems like a pretty simple philosophy.
Look, let me tell you something. Philadelphia has done a great job, obviously, and it showed. They got to the Super Bowl last year, couldn't get it done, but they got there. And you got to say, even though they lost some players on that defense, they're replenishing those players with some studs. And the NFC East is going to be quite the battle between Philadelphia and Dallas, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It certainly is. We're live out here at the Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock Road on this Friday. Come hang out with us. You're in the area. It's close to UTSA. Just punch it in your phone, and you'll show up here at the Dive Bar on a good Fiesta Friday night. The Cowboys, their number one pick, the Maz, will join us next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, let me tell you about NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse over on Calabar Road. Your one-stop for accessories, upgrades, and extras for your car, truck, Jeep, or SUV. At NAW, they have a fully stocked selection of toolboxes for all makes and models, diesel tanks, bumpers, grill guards, light bars, and so much more. They have great deals on scratch and dent options, and you're going to love their low prices on brands like undercover truck bed covers, WeatherTech floor liners, and Steelcraft bumpers. Get into that big red building on Calabar Road. Very much a low-pressure sales environment. You're going to leave with what you need. They have products that last and aim to make your work and life easier. A great family-owned business that's been going strong since 1978. Go see Frank and Ashley and the entire team there at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse, 3027 Calabar Road, or go to the website nawtruck.com.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick us in. Let's go to the commissioner.
Dallas Cowboys select.
This is going to be a fun player to watch.
All day today, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number one? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here tonight at 5. Presented by Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar and your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Gold. If you've been thinking of how to secure the value of your assets and grow your wealth, think gold. Think Noble Gold. Hi, Jason Minix here for NobleGoldInvestments.com. After the latest bank failures and other economic news that could devalue the dollar, gold is a safe investment to secure your wealth. And if you're not sure what to do, that's not a problem. Go to NobleGoldInvestments.com. They'll walk you through everything. They will email you their gold and silver investors guide. Do this. Go look at the price of gold in 1970 up until today. It was about $35 an ounce, and the long-term trend will blow you away. A lot of folks wish they would have bought back then in an IRA or even physical gold. Don't wish you did this down the road. Take the time to go to the website today. Go to NobleGoldInvestments.com. You're welcome to use promo code STAR for a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin they're offering people that qualify. NobleGoldInvestments.com. Mark it down to do today. NobleGoldInvestments.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-627-3604. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-627-3604. That's 800-627-3604. What do you have to lose? Call 800-627-3604. Again, 800-627-3604.
I was in a terrible car accident. I suffered a traumatic brain injury and also injured my spine. My daughter-in-law called Jeff Davis. After expenses and attorney fees, I received $86,559. I want everyone in San Antonio to know Jeff was here for me.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you were injured by a car or large truck, call me at my San Antonio office at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
Tonight at Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock. It's live country with Tones Country from 7 to 10. Enjoy $5 Absolute, $5 Rumple Mints, and $5 Crown. And the kitchen's open till midnight. Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock, a free rides venue.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
I want to welcome our newest partner of R&R in the Morning and the Sports Star team. You may have heard of them. They're located just off of 281 in Bitters in a big, newly remodeled space. SA Card House. That's right. All of our poker playing listeners tuning in, SA Card House is a must visit. It offers a beautiful atmosphere, clean, inviting, top-notch customer service for your poker playing pleasure. SA Card House brings San Antonio a completely new vibe to card houses, offering games for all skill levels from beginners to professional level poker players. SA Card House welcomes all. If you have not seen them yet, SA Card House is located just off 281 North at Bitters. Has an attached full bar and grill with made-to-order daily specials. This is not your typical card house. SA Card House is a private social club that is accepting new memberships. Visit sacardhouse.com for more info and stop in for a quick drink to check the space out. SA Card House at Bitters and 281.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at the Dive Bar on Babcock Road, not far from UTSA on this Friday. Got about 15 minutes left before we get to start our Friday because ESPN Radio's draft coverage begins at 5 for rounds 2 and 3.
Looking forward to that. I'll tell you what, I'm just watching these folks up here at the bar. And look at that. This one young lady right here. That looks like an ice cold beer.
She's
right
just teasing, dude. She's just holding it up there like she's smelling the beer, enjoying the frosted mug.
It's cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cold beer.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Tease.
Can't wait.
Mm-hmm. You know, the man of the hour for the Dallas Cowboys went at pick number 26 last night out of the University of Michigan. Mazi Smith joining us now on the Buyers Barricades at guest line. Mazi, congratulations, man. What have the last 24 hours been like for you?
It's the real quick turnarounds, man. A lot of emotions. When I first got drafted, man, I didn't know what to say. You know, it was a stunning moment, a moment that was a long time coming. You know, but today, now I feel like I'm ready to blow up. You know, we need to get into training camp or something.
You know, Mazi, when you get there to the Star in Frisco and you see the facility and you meet, you know, some of the, I don't know how many players you met, but the coaches and Jerry Jones and all of that, that's just got to be, I mean, like going to Disneyland, isn't it?
Yeah, no, for real, it is. It is. It's like going to, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the level of opulence in this building is on another level. And you could just tell that, you know, Mr. Jones and the staff in here and the ownership, you know, everybody just takes care of this place, take care of their players, take care of their people. You know, this is a family. It's a family first atmosphere here, and I'm just happy and just proud to be part of it.
Mazi Smith joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Mike McCarthy mentioned multiple times last night in the press conference about how you crushed it on your visit, one of those visits that you had. Tell us what that visit was like for you.
Man, it was star-studded. You know, I saw people that I had heard about. I saw people that I had seen at other places, and you know, of course, I saw Mr. Jones, who I've seen everywhere. You know, and just knowing football the way I do, the hands that I was shaking, I was just very appreciative and just very open and letting people know who I was and the type of person I am and the type of player I want to be. You know, even meeting, you know, Coach Reese, you know, Sharif Floyd, he coach here now, and just meeting him and being able to talk ball with him and chop it up with him, you know, it's just an honor and just an honor, man.
Well, I tell you what, I can't even imagine, Jason and I, either one, Mazi, what you're feeling right now, because we never got to where you're at, but it's got to be a surreal feeling. So to Cowboy fans that are wondering about Mazi Smith, what would you say is the strength of your game?
First off, I'm a dog first, so everything that you see me do on the field is aggressive. I'm always the aggressor. That's my goal. You know, put my hands on somebody and make them go backwards. You know, I'm a physical player. I was physical at the college level, and it's time to figure out how to be physical at this level too.
And you're strong. I mean, your strength is your strength, isn't it? I mean, you're ridiculously strong and athletic for your size.
Yep, that's true.
Well, it is. I mean, Mazi Smith joining us here on the Blitz. I'm curious. I mean, you look at all the mock drafts and take us through the process. I mean, just you all the mock drafts, and some had you go in there, some here, some there. What's it like for you? And did you think you were going to end up where you are with a star on your helmet?
Well, you know, I saw a couple of mock drafts where we were talking about, you know, 26 to the Cowboys or 29 to New Orleans, you know, and I just like, are they serious? But I just, you know, I know people drop. You know, I know how much you can't, you know, you got to take every mock draft with a grain of salt. So I was just trying to, you know, keep a level head and listen to my agent, you know, and just manage expectations, you know. But you know, they was right. You know, Mazi Smith, 26th pick to the Cowboys, to the star, is a beautiful thing, a beautiful feeling, and a blessing.
We know Cowboy fans are feeling the same way, but I have a feeling, Mazi, that we owe your mom a bit of gratitude when it comes to how good a player you are. Heard a story that she threatened to take away your Pop-Tarts back in Pop Warner. What was that all about?
Yeah, nah, she did. Nah, I was 7. I was 7 playing for the Titans. I think I was playing on the Mighty Mites. I was playing with the 9 and 10-year-olds, or the Tiny Mites, 9 and 10-year-olds, and we in the middle of a game. I'm on the field. You know, I'm lined up over the center, and I just hear her scream. I know her voice. I hear her scream. She's talking about, if you don't make a play, you ain't get no Pop-Tart. I was like, in my head, I was like, all right, bet. I make something happen.
Everybody's motivated by different things, Mazi. And, you know, I know you're now an NFL player. Let that sink in a minute. But coming from the NIL world of college football, you could probably work that into an endorsement deal with Pop-Tarts at this point, but also with your name, with your name, Maz. Have you found the Maserati dealership there in Dallas yet to try to get an NIL deal with those guys?
We're going to start working. You know, I hired a pretty good agency. We're going to put them boys to work here soon.
All right, I got to ask you this too, Maz. And I know you've been talking about. You're a big In-N-Out guy, right? Did I hear that right?
Nah, I heard I had In-N-Out one time in Arizona. Okay. One time in Arizona. I got to try Whataburger.
Yeah, we got a big rivalry here in Texas between In-N-Out and Whataburger. So you got to try a Whataburger.
Yeah, I'll just tell you what, you know. I don't know how impressive that In-N-Out burger really was. You know, people was lined up around the corner for that. You know, and I was like, when I got it, I was like, lined up around the corner for this.
You're winning Cowboy fans over already, man. But I got to ask. I mean, 6'3", 320. What is your Whataburger order going to be?
Well, I had to stop ordering two of everything. Because I'm just trying to stay I'm 330 right now, but I'm just trying to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? So, 2 burgers and 2 fries ain't good no more. So we just gotta lock in.
Here's the beautiful thing, Mazi, and I would never lie to you, my friend, even though we just met. That double bacon cheeseburger at Whataburger, it won't add any calories to your diet. Just only do it like once and don't tell the coach.
All right, I got you. All right, it's our little secret.
Yeah, that's us, man. Mazi, congratulations. Enjoy the whirlwind. Can't wait to meet you in person out in Oxnard. By the way, training camp in Oxnard is fantastic. You're going to enjoy that far better than what you've experienced to this point, man. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, man. Congratulations.
For sure, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Mazi Smith, the newest member of the Dallas Cowboys, here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Love him. That was great already. Haven't even met him, but just talking to him, I like his personality. I like the fact that he's ready to get to work, and I am too. Man, I'm ready for a little OTA action, a little training camp ready, and then obviously the season.
I just appreciate a guy that's trying to maintain 330.
Most of us were trying to lose about 200 pounds there, right? Or no, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm 330 right now. I'm just trying to maintain that.
Maintain.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you want to hear that again, Edwin will soon have it posted in the audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds there at ESPNSA.com. You get ready for round 2 and 3 in the ESPN radio coverage begins in about 5 minutes. For the Cowboys, running back, offensive guard, tight end maybe, probably guard, running back if I were to put them in order depending on who's there. Think about the kid from UCLA from a running back, Roschon Johnson out of UT as a possibility.
I like that one,
the toothless dude from the Dakota with long hair, whatever his name
play
is.
the banjo?
I don't give a damn what his name is. I just
fiddle
like that he's a
player.
toothless dude from the Dakotas, but his personality, and he's a bulldozer, right? I would love to see him on the Cowboys. The rookie singing between Maz and the toothless one would be fantastic when we get to Oxnard.
Well, sure, and just having some characters like that out there would be a lot of fun. I just wonder if they'd make him play the banjo, the fiddle. At the deal, right? You think so?
Not that there's any hazing anymore, but you're damn right. He's going to have to play instruments up there in training camp. And you think about, some of the guys that fell in round 1 that were expected to go, how quickly will they go in round 2? And Will Levis is, kind of the obvious one. I mean, here's a guy who, at some point because of Reddit, he was the odds-on first overall pick to Carolina. He shows up in the green room and sat there the entire day. That was his worst nightmare. This is what Will Levis said at the Kentucky Pro Day.
If I get invited and if I know I'll be a pretty high pick, I'll definitely go. I'm looking forward to going, but I don't want to go if I could be a second round pick. You want to do that. You don't want to have the camera just on you all day.
Oh, and the cameras were on them. They was showed last night on television 37 times. That is 29 times more than anybody else in the green room. Now, partly because everybody else in the green room got picked. So there was nobody else to show but Will Levis and his girlfriend.
Well, I think that's why the camera guy had a crush on his girlfriend. So he kept going back to that. And then, I don't know.
Or
Jason,
the mom. Boy, was this mom named Karen? She looked pissed.
She's named Karen.
I don't know, but she looked like a Karen.
I didn't know. I was wondering. I mean, that was just a home run, right? Nice pitch down the middle. But there was a meme today. Anthony Richardson walks by, and you see Will Levis' girlfriend there, and it looks like, I don't know, but she mouths, text me.
Uh-huh. Well,
so, I mean, I don't know.
He went number 4. So he's guaranteed $36.9 million.
Right.
Will Levis's slide is going to cost him. You think about the guaranteed money for the last pick last night. That guy's only going to get about $12 million. If he goes, say, let's see, say the Rams take him with pick number 36, $3.7 million.
Over 4 years?
It says a signing bonus. So, I mean, when you look at over 4 years, 9.2, and then California taxes. So, I mean, that guy's going to get a part-time job at In-N-Out. I mean, you know, when you look at it, I mean, he slid in just every one of those picks, millions of dollars not going into his bank account.
Boy, that's a shame.
That's why Mom looked so mad.
But he's not going to be there tonight. He said he's not going back to the green room, doesn't want to.
What a mistake.
Said he was
Sore
embarrassed.
Loser.
Well,
he is embarrassed. But you're a quarterback. You're used to losing games. Hell, he was at Kentucky.
Well, exactly.
You stand up, you take the responsibility. I think
but
it's
in
a
Kentucky,
mistake.
nobody knew what the hell he was saying.
Well,
they couldn't understand.
Who knows? It's time for us to drink. Come drink with us at the Dive Bar. Draft coverage next here on The Star.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Follow Jason at Jason Menitz and Joe Reiner